Hello, love. This is going to be a channeled message coming through on behalf of the consciousness that is Corvus. And by way of that, the crow and raven spirit, or we could even say here, archetype. This message is for you if you resonate with being a Corvus Starseed, if you resonate with having the crow or raven spirit as a power animal, an animal totem, a spirit guide, or if you simply resonate with the energy of the crow and the raven. I don't know where this is going to go. It started in a very unsettling way, but I always know that when I open up sacred space and bring through whatever messages want to be brought through, that there is always some higher good that wants to come through this. What they are showing me right now is that the truth can be difficult sometimes for us to digest, but it sets us free. So it started with, and this was the unsettling part, it started with me hearing the song, I believe it's called The Hanging Tree, from the Hunger Games. And if I'm not mistaken, this is from the third movie or book. And I kept on hearing, are you coming to the tree? I just kept on hearing, are you coming to the tree? And something about the number 3 being significant in this. Now, I've always associated the energy of the raven and the crow spirit being similar to when we talk about the power of 3. The Trinity, something about the energy of 3 being very significant. And I'm getting a lot of Mana Ekati, Hecate energy coming through for that as well. And her association, I'm hearing trimorphous, right? In 3 form. And I'm also hearing with that the thrice great. Okay. So, when I did a little bit of a search here, very quickly, the thing that stuck out to me with regard to this song was its connection to the Mockingjay, which is very much energetically connected to the energy of Corvus and the crow spirit and the raven. Now, I'm also getting with that blue jays. These are all part of the Corvid family, right? And what they're showing me actually right now with the blue jay is the crown energy of the blue jay. If you see blue jays, if you know what I'm talking about, they've got that sort of like peak on their head. The crown energy, they are predominantly blue, white, and black. And these colors are significant in connecting, I'm hearing sky to earth and earth to sky again. And I'm also hearing with that jack of all trades, but it's not master of none. I'm hearing them say that's faulty programming. And the energy of those of you who resonate with being Corvus Starseeds or anything connected, or have the crow or the raven as an animal totem specifically, or if you're working with the energies of this animal spirit, this is exactly what you're mastering. There's something about the energy of dipping your fingers, your hands, your toes, your whole self into all these different areas that makes you incredibly multifaceted. And for some of you, you really need 444 on the counter. For some of you, you really need to hear that. And again, 444, when you add that up, reduces to 12, which is a 3. It's the energy of the hanged man. Oh God, and the hanging tree. Here we go. Okay. So what they're showing me is this is about seeing things from a very different perspective. A very unconventional perspective. You are on the right path. I'm actually seeing, they're showing me the name Theo here, Theo in Greek, which is God, the name for God. This is where we get theology, theosophy, theological, even the word theory is what they're saying to me. It is in Greek theoria. And with that, I'm hearing kosmotheoria, which is how it's being shown to me. We use that word in Greek to talk about your, again, this is going back to the hanged man in tarot. We use that word in Greek to talk about your perspective when it comes to the world, o kosmos, right? But when you take kosmos and you direct translate that into English, you get cosmos. So this is about cosmology. All right. They're showing me the vast expanse of space. So they're bringing into my mind's eye the energy of just seeing an expanse full of stars in front of me, except I'm not looking up at them. I'm actually in them. And on that note, I'm going to share the crystals that I'm working with. These are connected to their energies. This is a piece of labradorite that has beautiful flash in it. Do you see that? If you pay close attention to the feathers of crows, especially, because really the closest that I have actually observed this bird, the family, these the winged ones, okay, are the crows, okay, that I've seen the closest to me, okay, in physical reality, in physical form. They almost have a rainbow-like cast to their wings. And there's something really significant in that we all need to pay attention to, is what they're saying to me, because we often just see them as black birds and they're not. If you actually look underneath their feathers, you will see white. And this is an incredibly powerful symbol or metaphor for wisdom, for multifacetedness, understanding dark and light, the liminal space in between, and everything being contextual, nuance, when it comes to understanding every situation that you are in. And they're saying to me again, and every theory that is then asked to be put into practice needs context. I'm also working with black kyanite here as well. The energy of black kyanite. For some of you, the crow energy and the crow spirit and the raven energy and raven spirit might be coming through dreams. That might be a confirmation for some of you. Some of you may be working with their medicine specifically. I'm also seeing working with imagery, decks. There is a crow tarot, if I'm not mistaken. I don't own one of those. But there is that energy of, I'm seeing someone working with decks, readings perhaps where you may have seen the energy of crows, oracle decks, images of crows. There's something significant in the image of the crow, okay? You are a master of all the trades, is what they're saying to me, and a master of seeing nuance in context. I'm also picking up here on an energy of people not understanding you and being the black sheep of a family, which is interesting because now we've got another energy coming through here in the sheep. But oftentimes, having this connection to being a Corvus Starseed, or having the crow or raven as an animal spirit. And they're pointing more to the crow energy here, which is interesting. We'll go with it. You're not afraid of the dark. Essentially, you're very familiar with the dark. And you also understand how the dark is grossly misrepresented in the conventional sense. I'm going to speak specifically to Western culture here, okay, is what they're showing me. They're showing me, for example, I would always hear, even though if I'm not mistaken, karakaksa in Greek is actually a magpie, but again, they're all connected. There's just this sort of like negative connotation when it comes to the sound that they make. Sakarakaksakannis, like we say that sometimes in Greek, where it's like the screeching kind of shouting. We find it like cacophonous. Isn't that funny? Kakophonia, right? Like, again, that's another Greek way, karakaksa, which I think is hilarious. But they're also showing me the connection to the word karas, or the name karas, and it being connected to being dark or black again. And this fear of the dark, like in Western culture, it being associated, black being associated with death, the energy of mourning. But we're not getting the whole story when we hear that, right? It goes so much deeper than that. This also has to do, again, with feminine energies of the night, of darkness, this energy of the void that's connected to feminine energy, right? This energy of the womb space, of the cave. This is the energies of, again, Mana Ekati coming in to talk about this liminal space, all right? Liminal space. But what's really fascinating, and this is something that we might touch upon moving forward. I'm seeing light, though, as well in the divine feminine, because there's light and dark to the divine feminine, or the feminine, I should say, energies, as just the same way that there are light and dark to the masculine energies, the wounded aspects of that, then the healed, the dysfunctional versus functional. I think that's the best way for me to put it without getting too into it. What they're pointing me to is that this goes very deep, so I'm going to try my best to put it into some kind of clear context here. What I'm hearing them say to me is truth is truth. But then there's also context, and understand that the truth can play out very differently depending on the context. Most people, though, who are, I'm hearing, functioning in a state of trained equilibrium. Most people who are trying to stay in stasis, please take this however it resonates. Most people who are trying to see things in terms of the boxes, the linear concepts that have been presented to them, it's too jarring for them to see things in a multifaceted way. They're showing me the energy here of polarization, being polarized in one's energy. Now, what's interesting here is they're also bringing in an energy of firmly standing your ground, firmly being grounded in truth is what I'm hearing with that. They're hilarious. They're always funny. There's always a wit to them, and how that can ruffle some feathers. And they're even saying including your own. So they're bringing in a very cheeky energy here, and they always do this because there's always like a trickster aspect to them. I'm hearing Loki, right? Isn't that interesting? Yeah, the god Loki. Now I'm just getting a flood of that energy coming through. Even the energy of Hermes, the energy of this, the trickster though in its highest octave. I want to make that absolutely clear here. This is not an illusory or, what's the word? An energy of, well, delusion is not the right word. It's illusion in the negative sense, right? But I'm also hearing divisive with that. Or again, another way we can understand this is when we invert truths. Okay? So it's moving away from this energy of only seeing things very starkly in a box, black and white. There's no in between. And really opening up to the liminal space while still holding truths. This is a very big message for the time that we are now working through here on Earth. Okay. And on that note, they want me to get into popping some cards. Again, don't know where this is going to go. Wrong. Sorry. Tarot of Dreams. I'm going to be asking through the Tarot of Dreams. That's interesting. Backside of the thing. Anyway, and a deck that I have created myself. And I don't really have a name for this deck. But they're black and white cards. And they fit into this energy of seeing the in-between, reading between the lines. This is a channel deck dedicated to this. And they just want me to pull some cards from this and see what comes out. You'll see the nature of what is in this kind of deck. This is the one they're pointing me to, and this one as well. Interesting. This is the first time I'm actually working with it in this type of a context. Most of these cards are like channeled messages from songs with numbers on them as well. Okay. So we have 77 at the bottom of the deck. I am recording this on July 7th. Also known in certain circles as the 7-7 portal, according to calendar time and some of the coding in that. Take whatever resonates with you. But I'm getting Rose Royce's song, I'm wishing on a star, I'm wishing on a dream. Follow what it means. So take a look at the image in that. There's something significant here about the 8-pointed star. What's the main star in Corvus? But I'm also hearing Antares with that. And the gateway or portal of Antares. And I'm also getting Scorpio energy coming through with that as well, and some Andromedan energy too. Okay, so we'll get to that in a moment. Number 9, Jeff Buckley's song. So real. I love you, but I'm afraid to love you. That was so real. Okay. More lunar energies coming out there. The sea, the mountains. And this is a song, another 9 here with 90. This is a Greek song, but take a look at the imagery there as well. A lot of star. I mean, I don't have in this deck, with the exception of these 2 cards, these are the only star cards that I have. I have to look back. Oh, I have one more, I think. Okay, so basically, really emphasizing stars here. Now, this is from, I'm going to read it to you in Greek. Αν ήταν το εδαφός σου πρόσφορο, θα σου φτιάχνα μια πίστα από φόσφορο. Φόσφορο is what they're... okay, so we have, this is interesting. This is a song, the lyrics are written by a woman that I absolutely love, a poet, Lina Nikolakopoulou, and the singer is Haris Alexiou, who is a very 2002 on the counter. Again, a lot of mirroring energy coming through for this. So what they're showing to me here, the significance of what they want to share here is pista apo fósforo. Fósforo and fósforos. So phosphorus, light bearer. Phos, light, photos, bearer. Now, this is also the element phosphorus. And I'm seeing the Hermit card with that. So, and I'm also seeing the energy of Venus. Isn't this interesting? Even though we've got the Corvus Starseeds coming through here, we're actually I'm being shown that this is the 8-pointed star of Venus. Venus, lunar energies. Also, for some reason, the moon in Taurus or Libra being significant here because of its connection to Venus, okay? Those two signs being connected to Venus, the Venusians. And above life, the eagle. So the eagle spirit, also very significant in this. Now, what's interesting is the relationship between the crow and the eagle spirit. Look it up, is what they're saying to me. Because there is a relationship between the crow and the eagle, the same way that there is a relationship between the eagle and the snake. And this, it's going back to this energy of the trickster, okay? This energy of someone coming in to disrupt a pattern. And with that, I'm hearing rebel. And now they're bringing me back to the energy of the Mockingjay. And I'm hearing with that a failed experiment and what came out of that failed experiment. So take that however that resonates with you. Because there have been many, what they're showing me, failed experiments here on Earth. And from those failed experiments has risen the spirit of rebellion. Anything else you want me to say on these cards? Okay. They're actually inviting you. Okay. So they want me to actually link these songs in the description box. And they're inviting you to listen to them. Because there may be something very activating in that. 10 of Wands as I split the deck here. All right, there's an activation taking place. We've got two nines coming out here, the 9 and the 90. And I'm seeing 990 with that. There's an ending of a cycle with that 10 of Wands coming out. And the 77, it is the 7-7 energy today. 7 and 7 is 14, which is the energy of temperance. There's some kind of balancing. Look at that. 7 of Wands. What's that little bit that wants to come out here? Wow. 10 of Coins. Okay. All right. I'm hearing with that there are definitely some activations. Palace of Wands coming out as well here. Definitely some activations taking place when it comes to the energy of your spirit and soul. Okay. Some kind of up-leveling in terms of your energetic body. How this is going to play out in terms of, I'm hearing this is your legacy. This is Mercury in Virgo. It's in its domicile here. And again, Mercury is that trickster energy. And what they're showing me is how there's an energy here of putting this into practice. Look at that Page of Wands, all these wands coming out. And you know what's funny? Look at this Page of Wands. Does he not have like a little trickster kind of sly, cheeky energy, this one? With the 4 of Wands there, look at that. This is something to celebrate. For those of you who have the crow spirit as an animal totem, spirit guide, the raven spirit, the same, or if you resonate with being a Corvus Starseed, they're bringing a lot of Venusian energy in here now. This is really interesting. What is this connection here? And I keep on hearing Antares. What's the connection with Antares? I'm hearing a portal of energy moving through Antares. Some of you, this is a huge confirmation for some of you. Yeah. This is a huge confirmation for some of you. Being born or incarnating under the star of Antares is what they're showing me. Oh man, there's a lot coming out here. King of Swords, Page of Coins, Justice. What's interesting is that the crow energy is associated with Libra and the Justice card coming out here. But what I'm getting here is a massive rebalancing. I'm getting a lot of like karmic rebalancing, balancing the scales there. Making things right is what I'm hearing. Now they're redirecting me back to this Mockingjay. Oh man. Let's just get through the cards for a second here. 5 of Coins at the bottom of the deck. Mercury and Taurus. Is that Taurus energy coming out in Libra again? Again, Venusian energies. Venusian energies. Okay. King of Swords. Page of Coins. 9 of Swords. King of Coins. And the 3 of Swords. So there's an energy here also of alchemizing, heartbreak. You know what's interesting though? This is Saturn in Libra. Saturn is exalted in Libra. It goes back to this justice. Some of you are really, like, I'm hearing justice owed, paid, debts paid. Take whatever resonates with that. There's something about that. Also, I'm getting the analogy here of, I came across something not that long ago. I can't remember who was talking about it. I think it was an astrologer, and I think her account online even has the name Saturn in it. She was talking about the energy of Libra, and Libra being like a ballet dancer and watching a ballet, and everything looks really light and beautiful and airy and aesthetically pleasing. And yet the amount of training, this is the Saturn element, the amount of training, the feet in the point shoes, the pain, the endurance that's required to make something look so light and beautiful and airy, you don't see that, right? You can sense it though. So this might be a confirmation for some of you that you are sensing this, that you know this is part of your journey, okay? Some of you might also be like a Libra and Pluto generation is what I'm getting with that, or have Saturn in Libra, like in your chart. There's people here, is what I'm getting. There's people here that, 9 of Swords, yeah. There's people here that, okay, this is kind of coming in many directions. I'm seeing this King of Swords as a representation of aspects of the crow energy, and having people around you that are not getting it. That's one possible scenario here. The other scenario is these Page of Coins, King of Coins is another example of the 10 of Coins. I'm hearing coming into your own. You've gone from being a page to a king, and now you're coming into your own. And I'm hearing with that, follow your heart. It knows what to do. These are all phantoms. Nothing to be afraid of here. Moving on is what I'm hearing with that. Nothing to be afraid of. Moving on. I'm also getting with here needing to ground the mental body. I'm hearing through writing or through words. Corvus Starseeds really benefit from that is what they're showing me. And anybody who has a crow or raven, animal, totem, or spirit, they want me to look at this nine of Swords. And What's interesting is as I'm looking at it, this is Mars and Gemini energy, and seeing this creepy hand coming out here, it's actually like, understand that that's just the tree. That's the tree. And I'm hearing the song again, Hanging Tree. I'm seeing again this tree. Some of you have been through something really difficult. And it has made you see things completely differently, and still you've chosen love. And now I'm getting an energy of resolve coming through. And I just want to channel this for a moment. They're showing me you're going from this to this. Remember that these are past energies at the bottom of the deck. To this. To this. And I'm hearing you're doing it through the power of your mind and your heart. You know how to balance these things with the Justice card coming out. You know exactly how to balance these things. This is like a whole other energy here that is so... It's like funny enough, and I just used this deck a couple days ago, the Sacred Rebels deck by Elene Panthyr. This is a sacred rebel. The sacred clown, the sacred jester energy, the sacred trickster energy. There is a resolve coming through here. I don't think I've ever felt it like this before. It's like, you can throw at me whatever you want to throw at me. I am completely unwavered in my knowing, my truth, the truth, because I keep on seeing swords. I see Archangel Michael with that too. What is real? What is real? So I feel like they're coming through here to just reassure you you're on the right track. Oh man, this energy is so like, it's like, I'm not moving. I really like it. It feels really good, this energy. It's like, because you've been through it. And what you're realizing is that it's not about sitting in this energy anymore of, mulling over it again and again, or over analyzing something, or you're done with that. This is about like a complete identity shift. Like now you are embodying what at one time you wanted to be. And it's not even about that anymore. You just are being it. You are being it. It has a very commanding, I think that's a really, that's the best way to describe it here. There's a commanding energy in this. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. Please leave any comments here. I think I've only done like either one or two videos before this where the Corvus energy, consciousness, soul family came through, the crow spirit, the raven spirit. A lot more crow energy is coming through right now though with all of this, I'll be honest with you, but they overlap. Please leave a comment if this is something that resonates with you. Also, if you consider yourself an alchemist, is what I'm hearing, because that's been a thing lately. And I'm hearing, again, commanding, like this energy of commanding. If you feel like you are currently in an energy where you are like commanding your reality, where you are essentially working from this place of like tremendous insight and growth, something with the frequencies in this. And the last thing I want to say as well, because this came through, but I didn't mention it, because this is what happens when you start channeling. they're showing me this energy of the labradorite and the rainbow. And they're reminding me that in ancient Greek mythology, the crow was sacred to Apollo. And I want to just bring here the fact that the connection between the crow and the sun, okay? And this is where, again, you're being invited in a sense. There's something about this particular group of souls that just gets this. And again, I'm hearing phosphoros, the light bringer, okay? This energy of bearing light in darkness, bringing light in darkness. This is the energy of alchemy, the energy of alchemy. When we shed light on the said shadows, the unconscious, subconscious, right? There is a massive leveling up in this right now in terms of the consciousness of this here on Mama Gaia, on planet Earth right now. And they're pointing me to the solar flares. And they're also pointing me to the recent message that I brought through. I'll link the video here, your shadow being your biggest ally now. And I recorded that on the summer solstice. And what was so interesting was that there was this huge energy of understanding the shadow and the significance and the strength and the power of the shadow on the brightest, longest day of the year. So there is this really incredible energy that's been coming through lately of how everything that we associate with its opposite is actually held within that thing. And I'm seeing it being embodied now. That's what I'm being shown. So that could be why this just energy wanted to come through today, wanted to be channeled today. And I have a feeling it's probably not going to be the last time. Yeah. So if this resonates with you, welcome, fam. That's all I can say. Share this video with somebody who it might resonate with, like, subscribe, become part of the family. If you're feeling called to work with me, I invite you to work with me. I am coming up with some more offers, and I am creating a platform where we can get together as a group. Thank you for being here. I'm sending you so much love, so much strength in this group. Wherever you are here on Mama Gaia, in love and liberation, always thank you to the energies of Corvus. There's a lot of winking going on here. Anyway, the energies of Corvus, the crow spirit, the raven spirit, thank you for being here. Sending you so much love wherever you are. In love and liberation, always.